There are some new updates surrounding the next Avatar film, as Empire magazine has given us quite a few new looks at the film, with concept art and interviews being detailed in the last 2 editions. We get quite a lot surrounding the new Fire Navi clan, and some details on a massive aerial and water battle set to take place in the new movie. So in this video, I'm going to be discussing the new details for Avatar 3 and all the latest looks at the film. Before I get into it though, if you want to keep up to date on any of my content surrounding the Avatar sequels, then don't forget to support this upload by giving it a like rating and subscribing to the channel. But without further ado, let's dive into all the new updates surrounding Avatar 3. So the latest 2 editions of Empire magazine here in the UK have provided us with new pieces of concept art and interviews for James Cameron's highly anticipated film. The new images include our first looks at the Ash clan and what looks to be their barren home tree. We also get a first look at ships for a clan known as the Wind Traders and a photo of their leader Peylak, who is played by Thewlis. And we further get some artwork from a massive battle in the 3rd Avatar film that a production designer describes as the biggest one in the franchise to date. I will show these photos on screen again throughout this video and during the descriptions of the interviews. So now that the intro is out the way, let's get into the extended details and all of the most interesting things that were mentioned in these new articles. Now, starting with the newest Empire article, we got some info from production designer Dylan Cole about the Ash clan and their new village, detailing that their part of Pandora is more barren than what we are used to seeing. In Avatar Fire and Ash, we will discover the Ash village, the place of the Mangwan clan, where vibrant colours are conspicuously absent. Production designer Cole said, "It's a stark contrast from the world we know so far, and yet in true Avatar style, still depicts a symbiosis between the land and its people. The Mangwan had a natural disaster befall them, and that sort of helped shape their culture. So much of the world of Pandora is rich and vibrant and full of life. This is just the exact opposite." He continues, adding that it wasn't always that way though, as like seen in the concept art, the centre of their village used to be a massive home tree, now standing just as charred remains. He said they used to live not too dissimilar from the Omaticaya from Avatar 1. When it comes to the Ash clan, last month's Empire magazine article did give us a bit more on their clan, including some info on their leader. In that article, James Cameron said, "Varang is the leader of their people who have gone through an incredible hardship. She's hardened by this and she will do anything for them, even things that we would consider to be evil. One thing we wanted to do in this upcoming film is not to be black and white simplistic. We're trying to evolve beyond the all humans are bad, all Navi are good paradigm." Varang is played by Una Chaplin and is so good that I didn't quite appreciate how good her performance is until we got the wetter animation back. She's an enemy and adversarial character, but Chaplin makes her feel so real and alive. Now, Cameron has frequently mentioned that the sequels will delve into more intricate narratives, exploring the franchise's themes of war from fresh perspectives. The Omaticaya and the Metkaina clans are peaceful tribes and only resort to fighting when humans attack their land. But as Cameron points out, the 3rd movie will see the fire side of the Navi through the Ash people. He also said, "I can say that the last parts will be the best. The other films were an introduction, a way to set the table before serving the meal. We're seeing new cultures, new creatures, all the same stuff you'd expect from an Avatar movie. But the whole idea of this cycle of films is to live with these people and go on this epic journey with them. So I think it's not about we're going to show you the best water VFX ever done, but you get more into the heart and soul of the characters. And there's some very interesting new characters that come in as well. This is a journey over time. It will play out through movie 3 into movie 4 and movie 5. There's an epic cycle to the whole thing, the characters are so alive and it feels so real. It's also got very high emotional stakes, more than ever before. We're going into really challenging territory for all the characters you know and love. The new film is not what you expect, but it's definitely what you want. Fire can represent hatred, violence, trauma, possible misuse of power, and ash represents the aftermath of all that energy, which is grief and having to live with what you've done. Now, I mentioned myself in many videos after the Way of Water's release that there might be a potential Navi civil war before any kind of planetary team-up happens to storm the humans' new Bridgehead base. Jake, the Metkaina, and the Omaticaya still have that big problem to deal with, as the humans have come to literally colonize Pandora following the dying state of Earth. So I think that this may be all connected in a big way, and what we're hearing about surrounding the Ash clan's home tree may connect into that initial friction between them. This now brings me onto some of the other details we got for another clan and a character that is set to lead them. Empire reveals that in Avatar 3, audiences can expect a fresh approach to aerial travel introduced by the Wind Traders, also known as the Tlaylim clan. This new faction of Navi explores the vibrant moon riding on enormous jellyfish-like creatures. Leading this group is Peylak, portrayed by the talented David Thewlis, who brings to life a vibrant and stylish chieftain, showcasing some of the most impressive costumes seen in the franchise. Last month, Cameron said that the Wind Traders coral gigantic Pandoran creatures to soar among the clouds. They're nomadic traders, equivalent to the camel caravans of the Spice Road back in the Middle Ages. Like all Navi, they live in a symbiosis with their creatures. If you've got any nautical blood in your veins, you'll want to be on their ship. Now, in the latest article, we did get a bit more on the Wind Traders, as Fire and Ash's costume designer Deborah Scott spoke about them a bit more and the character of Peylak. She said they're upbeat, happy and colourful, and when they come into our movie, everyone's excited to see them. Peylak's garb is gloriously opulent, not least his sunset-coloured cloak. Originally, the cloak was a little more rugged and a little more rustic. James Cameron added, "As all the clans develop, I just didn't think it was grand enough. So I went back and reinvented it, and that's where the Wind Traders came in." And the final detail that we got was some more info on the battle that I mentioned a bit before. Production designer Ben Proctor said that we're going to see an airborne and waterborne battle for the ages, as the Pandoran forces and RDA clash in a really interesting environment. It's a face-off that makes Avatar 2's final water battle look like nothing but a skirmish. According to the article, the RDA has upgraded and is more prepared for the Navi now that they know the extent of the forces they faced in the Way of Water. They are bringing along a gigantic smoke-belching factory ship, essentially a moving oil platform that is designed to capture and process the Tolkien on an industrial scale. It's mentioned that this platform is more than twice the size of the Sea Dragons from Avatar 2. Coming out of these vehicles is an army, and all of that leads into a war, and at the end of Avatar 3, what we're going to see is something of a scale in terms of conflict that we have not seen before. So based on all of these details, it looks like Cameron and his team are aiming to not just go bigger with the third movie, but approach it all from a different angle and inject the story with more unexpected elements. Having a Navi group in the Ash clan that is not on the right side gives us the sense of an added threat to the characters we follow. And having multiple new clans like the Wind Traders involved too opens up many different directions when it comes to the storytelling. It will be interesting to see where this all leads, and James Cameron has said that the conflict with the Ash clan in Avatar 3 will have long-lasting implications. So for all that talk before about Neytiri potentially visiting Earth and some crazy twists in store with Avatar 4, the events of the new film may set that all in motion. But that was my video discussing the latest Avatar 3 interviews and images from the most recent editions of Empire magazine. We'll have to see what James Cameron and his creative team cook up with the new film, and I think there's a lot of potential with all the new characters and plot elements being introduced to really elevate the saga beyond what we've already seen. The new pieces of concept art give us a good taste of that, and it looks like Empire are going to be releasing more in the months ahead. But what do you think towards all of the new images and details, and are you excited for Avatar Fire and Ash releasing later this year? Let me know down below in the comments section. For much more videos and news on James Cameron's Avatar universe, then subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. Also, if you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like, rating, and follow me on social media via the links in the description. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I've been Cortex, and as always, make some noise.